Oh, hello.
Hey, Kaylee, what's going on?
Hi. How's it going?
Good, good, good. How are you? It's Wednesday night,
I'm good.
boys and girls. Oh, 7
It's a
o'clock.
hot one out there.
It is. Yeah, check local listings. It is warm.
Yeah.
It's toasty. It's a good thing I'm sitting
Supposed
behind a
to be a
desk.
thunderstorm I just saw for
Yeah,
Bureau County.
yeah. I told the wife. I said, well, I think it's supposed to storm. She said, when? I said, probably about 7:02.
Yep.
About the time I need the
Yep.
internet to be working really well.
Right.
That'll be
Right.
when it storms. So, hey, welcome to TNT's Off the Rail. I'm Bud. That's Kaylee. Thanks for watching.
Hi.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and click the bell on YouTube. Turn on your live notifications. I'm not. I should probably know the how to tell people to turn on their live notifications on Facebook a little better than I do. But if it's their first time watching, I know it's pretty easy. But it's after that, it's not hard. I think as long as you're following TNT, you should always make sure you should always get the notification when we go live, so you don't miss anything. So we're here
Oh, that's
every
my phone.
we're here every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. So we're waiting to multitask. We're trying to find that notification. Got a good show tonight for the most part. I mean, they're always good. Whether or not they're going the way they're supposed to is another story. But we're we're supposed to talk to Blake Baker. We're going to give him a call about 15 minutes or so. It's going to be kind of fun. Talk about a few things. There is a ton of stuff going on throughout. And if we don't get to your flyers, it's not because we don't like you. It's because one, you either didn't send it to us, or I didn't find it because I look at so many things I lose track of things. So use hashtag TNT off the rail and tag that flyer when you share it, and we'll do our best to get it out on there. Don't forget to go to TNT off the rail show. I almost messed it up, but I got it right at the last second there.
What were you gonna say?
I was trying to point at the show thing on the.
Oh, I can't see you anymore.
Yeah, you can't see me anymore. I was trying to point at the show thing, so I couldn't. There it is. Sorry. Yeah. So but yeah, I said that's where I lost track. Go to the Off the Rail show. Share your flyers, your league stats, stuff like that. We're gonna be showing them doing the league scoreboard. We're working on it. We're working, so just get over there, use that hashtag, check out the group, and share that stuff with us. I saw something really cool over the weekend that I thought was pretty neat. There was a tournament out in your area, and
Yeah.
our buddy Carson went and played, and
Yeah.
sounds like
And won.
it sounds like he showed some older fellas how things work.
Sounds like he's going up.
Yeah, it's nice. I think that was the last post I saw was, "Hey, guess who's going up?" But you know what's nice about that? And I think we both shared this post a week or two maybe ago. But what's nice about Carson and like Sam both recently they both had some really good finishes and been playing real well, and they both recently went up. And Sam, publicly,
Oh yeah.
it was a goal of his. He wanted to get to that next level, and that excites me. And Carson did too. Carson is he's striving for that next part every time, and that makes me happy. You know what I mean? Because there's too many people that are like, oh man, my handicap went up, or you know what I mean. And it's refreshing to see kids getting after it and trying to improve. You know what I mean? I that makes me happy. Go Carson, good stuff. Sam and them too. Them guys are all
Sam's officially a master.
Yeah.
And I never did see who won the fishing lure and stuff.
I did not see who won it either. Somehow I missed the drawing. The TNT guard dog's going a little crazy out there. Somebody's trying to get my pool.
Mine's probably going to do the same in a little bit. So.
Somebody's probably trying to get my pool cues or something. I might have left them out the last time I used them. 25.
I was going to say, how long ago was that?
No, I was. You know what? I have other than today, I have come home and shot on my table for at least almost 2 hours every day.
Really?
I mean, it may not sound like a lot, but for me, that's a
No,
lot.
that well, it used
So
to be covered in stuff,
yes,
so there was definitely not practice
I got her
happening.
cleaned off, and now I told myself before I do anything else, I come in and I've been playing. I'm ready, man.
Good for
I'm
you.
telling
Good
you,
for
I'm
you.
ready. I'm ready.
I've been playing a couple Slatto matches.
And I'm looking forward to doing mine. I
Yeah.
swear next week I'm really gonna try it. I'm gonna put it out here right now. Next week, the plan. Next week's the plan is instead of this little window or this little window, it's gonna she's really gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
I'll
plan.
believe it when I see
That's
it.
so will I, and so will everybody else. But that's the plan next week. That's the plan, and then we'll get to do that slaughter match. So in all of our scouring, and you reminding me of this, I saw it too, and I think it's gone a little farther since I saw it. Um, this picture. Let's see if I can find the picture. Where is the picture? Where did I put it, Kaylee?
I don't know because I can't even see you.
Nope, that's not it.
I don't think that helped anyway. But
Well, recently, a local hero, I guess, Abe. Uh,
oh yeah,
he had quite the showing, and it
that's Aber
sparked.
from a Peoria.
Yeah, and he won his tier, his national championship in his tier in APA, right?
Yep, APA.
That's right.
I believe.
Yep. And here
Yes,
you go.
yeah,
Here's that picture.
because everybody was there was a post going around on the pool is not dead page, and then I think it probably transferred over to other pages. But um, first of all, did you see his interview where he said he could buy a fridge or something?
Yeah,
I had to look it up
that
because I saw everybody asking him if he got his fridge, and like,
yeah,
what?
that was
They
I
gave
was
him a fridge?
I was watching that and it was funny, the whole conversation about that. So then of course I had to dig back through it all, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this makes sense. Hey, don't forget I just noticed it's really really quiet down there below. Don't forget, join us in the chat room. Let's know what's up. Make sure you hang out and you can ask questions. And it's really blank down there because nobody's chatting, and it's sad. So uh, we'll put something down there. It's creeping me out, looking all weird. But anyhow, but it sparked a conversation. People have questions about Abe playing in APA because correct me if I'm wrong, because of his Fargo. Is that it?
Yeah, I think his cargo is 755, and so he won the bracket 7. I think that's probably the highest one. I don't really know much about it. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
I don't know much about
APA.
the APA.
Yeah,
I feel bad, and
I
it's
do
not.
too.
It's just it's lack of experience. I mean, it's not
Maybe
because
both of
I've
you
read
though.
up on it, but it's and I don't mean this as a knock. Okay, anybody APA or anything like that.
I'm trying really hard not. Yeah.
Yeah, just right. And I don't take. I know this is gonna sound really kind of mean when I say it at first. There we go. Lynn's in the chat box. Hey, Lynn. We were just out hanging out with Lynn actually. The Chili
Hi.
Willy Memorial Tournament in Fulton. It was a ton of fun. We're gonna show you some stuff. But anyhow, um, I forgot where I was.
Um,
The
a,
APA, yeah, and it's gonna sound mean when I say it, but I mean I've read up on the APA as much as I can to try to understand it. I don't have any experience with. I mean, I think I ran a tournament that used APA handicaps, but it was just they gave them to me. I didn't know much about. I know a little, but the best way I could explain reading APA and things like that was that the handbook in Beetlejuice. That's I want somebody to explain it to me, and I don't mean that as mean as it sounds, because
explain what? What
the
part?
APA just the in. I mean, I get the
Okay.
innings and all that. I'm kind of I kind of get different stories on the way they play. You know what I mean?
Well, what I will give them credit for is they have a lot of tournament opportunities,
Oh yeah,
like this one, for instance. And I think, like the ones that Blake has won, like the U.S. Amateur Open. I think you had to be in they run a lot of qualifiers
right.
um, and
You don't just get to
other
walk up and play in a lot of their tournaments. You have to earn your way. Earn your way, I guess
right,
is yeah. Which I do like that. Yes.
yeah.
But there's a lot of things about it that I don't understand because I've never experienced it, and you just sometimes just reading about it doesn't. You can
Well,
read the
first you
rule,
hear about the sandbagging and the
right?
innings, and
Well, yeah, and
uh,
every sanctioning body is surrounded by, you know what I mean, and unfortunately the APA is given too many opportunities to prove a lot of those things. But I guess
Hmm.
But it is what it is. I will say this: they put what millions is. I'm not mistaken. No, not millions, but it seems like millions when you see the post. But they put a lot of people at the tables.
Yes,
I
yes, they
mean,
do,
so
and
they're doing the prime objective. So
they send a lot of people to Vegas. I think from what I heard was that there's not really any payouts or anything for the session. The only payout is the winner gets to go to Vegas.
yeah, I would love.
So
Yeah,
that surprises me, that so many people play because of that. If that's the case, I'm not sure if that's
I,
true or not. So,
I would love to find
um,
out if you play APA,
yeah,
and have
please, somebody help us.
help. Yes, please explain your ways to us. We want to learn. Hey, that's because that's something we've been talking about. Is we want to get more operators and directors and come on here and explain things
Mhm,
to us because we know they're it's a big topic of conversation here on the show. That there's a ton of differences in the way the game's played, and way the leagues are run, just all kinds of different things, and we want to learn
mhm,
many things about as many ways as we possibly can. So if you got some insight on the APA, hop in that chat box and let us know. Stop by the group
mhm.
or something. Come on and tell us. We're gonna take a quick second because we're yabbling on here. We're gonna call Blake here in just a minute. We're gonna take a second. I'm gonna pay a bill real quick, and then we'll come back, and then you can get Blake in here. Hi Teresa, how you doing? I saw Teresa recently at Kingpins. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Hang tight, we'll be right back. Ride not happy. 815-973-4160 General Automotive, offering free estimates and friendly service. No hassle, no worry. Andy and his crew will fix it right and in a hurry. Up front, they stand behind their work, offering a 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty and roadside assistance program. General Automotive, 417 Jason Court, Dixon, Illinois, 815-973-4160. Give Andy and his crew a call. They will get you going and do it fast, in a hurry. And they're so nice, man. Those guys are awesome. Taking care of everybody's. Taking care of everybody's. Love them. And good, affordable upfront prices. That much I really dig. She's deep in thought. Look at her.
I am.
You
I
not
I don't think I can't find Blake on
okay? Let me see if I can.
my messenger.
Let's see if I can do it without messing it up here.
Okay.
Oh, look! Everybody's gonna see me do it.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. There he is.
Is that gonna work?
Well, it looks like it. We'll find out.
Okay.
See if he pops in here in just a second. We're gonna get ready to call Blake Baker. We're gonna add him to the chat here, and we're gonna talk to him. Uh, but so anyhow, back to while we're waiting, you know, it seems to be. I don't know if it's leaning one way or the other. But there he is. People seem to be concerned with him playing in the AP in his current status.
Yeah, that was the argument. If somebody has that high of a handicap or that
Oh,
high of a Fargo, should they be allowed to
oh,
play?
you're. We might have to turn you the other way, Blake. You're the wrong sideways. Uh-oh. No, no. There you go. We'll have to go that way. You were sideways the other way, so we'll just go that. Everybody can see you okay there.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, you guys get to look at my beautiful little grandchildren while we talk to Blake. Aren't they just cute?
Slide off in the background.
Blake Baker, he's getting all set up so he can tell us
Hi,
about some.
Blake.
Oh, there we go. Turn off the sun. Blake has been quite the busy guy. Caught you at a good time, huh, Blake?
That is right. Luckily, just put the daughter down for a nap, so hopefully she stays down for a little bit during this.
Awesome. You've been a busy man lately. You've been playing a lot of tournaments as usual. Everybody's doing it, and you played in quite a few since last time we talked to you.
Yes, wow.
You've had some pretty notable ones. We're gonna jump right to it because we know that everybody's asking and wanting to know. I know you've talked about it a bunch, but you've had some pretty good wins lately against some pretty big names. I'll pretend like I don't know. Which one stands out the most recently?
Ooh. The bigger name is probably Shane, but I think Alvin was probably the more impressive one. But that's probably the two biggest names I've beaten the last. It happened, I'd say, about month and a half, 2 months ago now.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit, but
It's been a minute. We've been playing tag, trying to get you back on. We've had people asking about
Right.
it and haven't had any come back. So of those two, which the Shane was first and Alvin was second, right?
right, yeah. Shane was on the bar table, and then I played Albin in the pro event on the big table.
Which one going in? I think, and I don't want to say because I know worried's not the right word. Which one, I guess, did you feel like you needed to prepare more for?
I feel like definitely the Shane one because I don't know, it was definitely a bigger match, and once I got the Shane under my belt, I had a lot more confidence going into the Albin match. So I felt like and then with Shane being like the top player for the last 10, 15 years for so long, that just kind of just looking up to him for so long, finally getting my chance to play that match. I just put a lot more preparation into that than, you know, just growing up as a kid. You're playing by yourself and playing also. If you miss, you act like you're playing Shane or something like that. You're not going to miss. So I never thought about that against Alvin. So it was like, I looked up to Shane a bit more, I guess.
So, besides those guys, you've all, again, I said you've been pretty busy all over the place, playing a bunch of tournaments. Yeah, I mean, you've won a few. You've been placing real well, and what was your most recent one?
Let's see. Well, I was supposed to go to Vegas this last weekend, but unfortunately, they had a low turnout. So low that it wasn't worth my flight, so I canceled my flight and stayed home with the kid. But I had a local one here, a couple weekends ago, and I lost my very first match and came back and got 5th, 6th. But that was my last my last one before the Vegas trip.
Where are you currently located?
Spokane, Washington.
That's what I thought. I saw that. I'm going to be out there next month for a work trip. So I was wondering about the pool scene out there and stuff. So perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely some good pool halls. But I'm coming back to Quad Cities here in a few weeks, and I'll be there for that whole tournament, and I'll be back here visiting family and whatnot. So hopefully I can meet you guys in person if you guys can be there.
Ooh.
That's the 8, 9, and 10 ball. What are they calling that? Bar Box Classic.
Yeah, the Bar
Box Classic.
Yeah.
I think they're doing 8, 10, and 1 pocket or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right.
Well, we might have to try to do that. That kind of be kind of.
Yeah. I mean, Shane Van Boning and Peter Gorse.
There were some big names on there.
Yeah.
There's some other big names.
Yeah.
There, so you want to see all those guys in person? It's probably not too far.
No. We definitely might have to go check that out. It'd be nice to come and see some of you guys in person and see how things are going. It's always a great turnout too. Isn't this
I have a couple players from my league playing in that also. That's at leisure time, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's only about 45 minutes for me. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I better see you there then.
Yeah. Yep. So let's see. I was doing my homework on you. So I had it was the 2019 tournament you won.
For the U.S. Amateur, yes.
U.S. Amateur, yep.
Yep.
And then the 2020 was canceled.
Correct. Yep. And then
Okay.
I got 3rd the following year.
3rd. Okay. And that's the one that just happened, right? That you didn't go to?
Well, no. So I guess it would be the 2020.
So Greg and I are APA illiterate. We just determined.
Yeah, we both finally admitted we have a problem. Neither one of us know nearly enough about APA to understand what's going on. So
yeah, they just got done with one, I would say, a couple months ago, and I did not attend that one. And then, but the year before that, if you do win, you're invited the year back the next year, and you get your whole flight and hotel, everything paid for. So, but I lost my very first match in that one and came back and got 3rd in that. But it's kind of ironic. The guys that played in the finals this year, I played my first match the 2 years I played there. So the very first year I went there, I beat the kid that won this year. And then the last year I went, I lost to the guy who played him in the finals this year. It was kind of crazy.
Okay.
Isn't that kind of strange how that works out?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It-
it's weird. But,
It's kind of how that, kind of like that, going to ride to a tournament with a buddy, and you drive 3 hours
yeah.
and play him right out the
Oh
bat.
yeah, exactly.
So you're coming home for that. Do you, besides that, you got what else? Do you have anything coming up before that, or anything close?
I'm going right after that. I'm going to the Brendan Crockett Memorial in Sacramento.
Hmm.
That's in July. I'm trying to fit somewhere between like kind of local ones here, either Montana, Idaho, somewhere's not too far.
So how do you find local tournaments when in different places? Do you have
There's a bunch of
Facebook?
like, yeah, Facebook's pretty much the way it is now. There's a bunch of little Facebook groups, or I got friends sometimes reach out to me and send me flyers, but yeah, I just like this weekend I'm going to play in one in Idaho here. I won last year. They do a nice little player auction.
Where in Idaho?
Coeur d'Alene.
Okay.
It's only right on the other side here of Spokane. Spokane is like 45 minutes from here. So
wow.
not too bad.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
So they do a couple. They do the spring memorial tournament here, and then they do one earlier in the year too. So
Cool.
they do probably like 3 or 4 a year there. So I'm trying to fit like little tournaments like that in them. But the big ones, I'm planning on going to all those Predator tournaments. They have one. They're trying to do the Calgary Open, one in Canada. So that one looks pretty cool. Probably going to Michigan. But a lot of these are kind of towards the end of the year as far as the big tournaments.
So the tournament that just happened last week, I know you know Abe from Peoria, I'm sure. The one he won, which I thought that was an APA event, or no?
It is, yeah. I kind of like this last year or two. I really haven't played APA at all. It's kind of made a commitment. It's amateur pool league. I'm trying to be a professional pool player, so I kind of just cut it off completely. The last couple of years, I'd say for sure a year. But yeah. Otherwise, I mean, it's kind of worth a shot for the money. It looks like.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw the big debate going on.
Well, yeah, it's kind of funny that you said it that way, because because of the debate that she's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the big debate going on with Fargo and Abe?
Well, I wouldn't complain more about the Fargo. I was just more about the. I'm not complaining about him playing at all. I'm not saying that at all. But just the fact that you can compete and hang with pros, and I want to say beat him on a consistent basis, but he's beat enough of them, to be considered, I'd say, at least a low caliber pro. But I'm not bashing or dissing at all for playing at all. Because to be honest, I'm considering
he got out pretty quick in the 9-ball.
Just to play.
I think.
I mean,
it's a shot at 25,000 if you play your cards right. So
right, and so and that, I guess that's the question then, is where's that line? Where is that line as a player where you have to kind of make that call, where you have to go, well, they're going to let me, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what is the APA limit?
That was my question. Is there something in writing that would back?
It's just basically if you have a job if you're making money doing something that other pool as your main income, then you're free to go. You can play pool as much as you want APA. So
Abe works at SFQ, so
exactly. I know he's got a job, so he's good to go.
Right. Yeah.
So nobody can complain.
Right.
But I mean, it's very impressive that he's still beating people. Played that 7th Corey duel, hanging with them, losing by really 1 or 2 games. But I mean, it's very impressive that he can still work full time and do that. So kudos to him. Like I said, I'm not bashing him at all for playing. It's very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Be able to keep that level of play up and taking care of business.
Still
absolutely.
Work 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
Family and stuff. I can't. I don't work like that, so that's cool. So I can't.
Jim, I got a question for you, Blake, here from your goal quick from the comments. Jim Goldring's asking if you're planning on playing in the $25,000 added tournament in Peoria.
I'm really considering it. That's also July, but that's right
July
around.
20th through the 22nd, I think I just saw.
Yeah. So like the Brendan Crockett is either the same week or like the week after. So I'd have to be flying right back and forth. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but to be honest, it's probably looking a little bit stronger as that tournament as far as I can play in a couple tournaments compared to the one in California. And I know there's no side pots or players auctions all in California, so it kind of makes it a little rougher for me.
Right. Got a question. I got a question about some. We talked about your junior championship and things like that. There's a lot of really good junior players coming up right now. Are any of them catching your eye?
Oh yeah. Just because I lived in the Quad Cities for a long time, all those guys growing up right now is really shocking me. I mean, I knew they all had a lot of potential, but I didn't know it all hit so soon, really. Especially like Sam and Cameron and
Timmy.
Yeah, I mean they all
Yeah.
like I said, I knew when I left about 4 years ago they had a lot of potential. It's crazy because I knew Sam especially had a lot of potential. He was exactly the same way I was when I was younger. When I was about his age, 12, 13 at the time, I would cry after every single time I lost a match. I got so passionate. I just hated losing so much.
Yeah, he was even younger than that because I've seen him at state tournaments for at least 5 years now, and I think he's 15 now. So
yeah, so like just watching it and watching people like complain about it, like, oh, you should tell him not to cry. I'm like, just wait. Like that's just the whole mentality. It's all gonna change one day, and you're all gonna be racking for him all day. So.
Right, you say pretty soon you're gonna be that guy in the corner crying.
Exactly. So
yeah,
sure enough,
it's a lot of pressure. I mean, it's a lot of pressor for adults. Big things like that.
15 right now?
He's 15 now. And then we have a couple from our area, Carson Hopkins. He just turned 15.
I think he came to that tournament actually in Quad Cities last year.
And Colton Peach, he just turned 12, and he's doing real well too. Yeah. That kid has no emotion now.
In that area, I just watched them kind of grow up, but it's just incredible how much progress they made in such a short time. And like I said, especially my eyes were always on Sam, just because we had very similar traits growing up. As I could see the similarities in him.
You see recently he got himself moved up to a master.
Yeah.
Well, in some tournaments in Iowa.
In some tournaments, yes.
So I don't know if he's like labeled.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Organizational.
I think he just played in one in Clinton. Like I want to say a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago or something, and he cashed. He got like top 6 at least. With
the previous one before that, he won, and that's when everybody was complaining about him not being a master. And then this last tournament in Clinton,
him and Adam, him and Adam, and then
Adam Thomas,
it's to cash in your first tournament to be labeled as a master. That's pretty impressive. I don't think I did that, to be honest.
I don't think that was his first tournament.
Playing those tournaments and to give up a 2-game spot to maybe more to an open player, it's tough, especially that first time. So
I'm admiring that shirt. Recently, recently one of your sponsors there celebrated a pretty nice little accomplishment.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, with you talking about partnering with Predator.
Well, no, Davini and his
he won Q-Maker of the Year.
Q-Maker of the Year, yeah.
It's been a big year for both of them, I guess.
Yeah. And what you're saying, Predator? Where you the partnering thing? Maybe.
Jam Up.
Oh.
Partnered with Predator earlier this, I want to say 2 months ago. 2 months ago.
Yep. So I read a little bit about that because I started seeing a lot of. Hey, man, maybe they make some nice shirts, man.
Oh yeah, they do. They really do.
Yeah, I got my Slatto shirt coming soon.
Oh
Yay!
nice.
Yeah.
So, you, I'm glad she mentioned that. You heard of? Have you heard of the Slatto app?
Yeah, actually, I've never experienced with it at all, but I did check out their booth a little bit when I was at
hmm
the
They were
Midwest there
just
in
out there
Vegas.
at the Predator
Yeah.
thing because they did an interview with us from a closet there at the
Uh,
tournament.
oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually playing on their practice table there before my
Yep.
matches, but I never really had the chance to sit down and talk to them for a little bit.
Yeah. So they've partnered with Fargo Rate to offer an app that you can set up matches. So when I come out to Spokane, for instance, I can find people in the area and play matches. And if you want, you can submit those to Fargo Rate. So
Right.
you're familiar with our area. So we have a lot of rural areas. I'm from Sheffield, like Princeton area, and we don't have a lot of tournaments that enter anything into Fargo Rate. So, if you want to go to a certain tournaments, say, up north at the Carom Room or certain bigger tournaments, you have to have a Fargo rate, especially because a lot of us don't play APA either. So we don't even have an APA handicap. Nobody knows how to judge us
Right.
on our ratings. So it's an app to help kind of build your Fargo rate. It's the only app
Established.
that you can
Yeah.
enter singles matches. Yep.
Right. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
a little familiar with it. I've just never had a chance to use it, or
Yeah.
especially this area. Nobody's really tried to expand with it or try it too much.
Yeah. The creators are actually from Wyoming, the state of Wyoming. So
Oh wow.
I'd be surprised if it's not. If yeah,
Yeah,
download
I'm
the app.
actually kind of shocked. Yeah.
Yeah, Slatto app. Find your game,
Yeah,
buddy.
You got like a referral code or anything?
yeah,
Just tell them TNT sent you. TNT and Kaylee.
There you go.
yeah. So, do you have did I see that you are a house pro at a pool hall there in Spokane?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. It's a little less than 10 minutes from where I'm at, and it's
Cool.
a very nice place. They got let's see 16, oh, so 17
What's the name of it?
Legacy Billiards
Like,
Bar and Grill.
yep.
So they got 17 7-foot diamonds and one 9-foot diamond that has 4-inch pockets. So that's
Yeah.
nice little practice table back there.
You're a fan of the 9-footer, right?
I am,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Growing up in the Midwest, I didn't really play on it too much.
Yeah, I had a 9-footer. Nobody would play me on it. I had to get rid of it.
I completely forgot what I was gonna say just now. I had a question on something you guys were just talking about. I completely spaced it. Oh, I saw your lesson your lesson book fills up quick. I saw
Oh,
your
yeah,
last
it
post
does.
about getting lessons, and everybody wants to find the Blake Baker way.
Yeah, it definitely it filled up really fast. So I get a lot of lessons out here. I probably do like 3 weekly, maybe 2 to 3 weekly for
Wow.
sure out here. And yeah, but I made that post like you said, and it probably got I've got 4 lessons filled up just like that when I was really only asking for 2 or 3, and I couldn't really refuse. So I got 4 booked up within 20 minutes, really. So.
Wow.
That's awesome. Do now when you're on the road? Do you do lessons at all, or?
It depends. Like if I'm there just for like the event, so like this Vegas trip, I tried to sneak in a couple because I knew I was there for so long. But most tournaments I'm there for like the Thursday before and Monday after, so like I don't have a whole lot of time. But if I do like, I'm going back to Quad Cities here for almost 10 days, so I'm gonna try to squeeze in a few, you know.
Well, see that'll be the plan. We'll do our very best to come out for that when you're there. We'll get you on the
There you go.
Slatto app, and then you and Kaylee and me and you and me and Kaylee, we can all play some Slatto matches while you're there.
That sounds good.
That'll be a good time. We talked about Davini and Pred. Who else is helping you get around nowadays?
I got a few local guys here. I got one guy, Travis out here. He owns a local concrete company. The pool hall that I'm the house pro at, Legacy, they help me out. Um, Back there from Midwest, Ken Busan, the guy he does crooked cues. He's a
Hmm.
Jacoby rep.
Yeah.
Those are like my main ones that kind of help me out with my expenses and whatnot to help me get place to place. But Yeah,
You have a baby, right?
I
Or
do.
not probably a
It's,
baby anymore?
yeah, she's very, very big now. She's 2,
Yeah,
but
2.
she looks like she's 4.
Oh. Yeah, cool.
Probably every bit as smart too. If they're anything like many of my other little ones, way too smart for their own good.
Yeah, you ain't lying. It's unreal.
Well, Blake,
Too
we really
smart.
appreciate you coming back and talking to us. I know you are a busy, busy man, and we love keeping up with everything and look forward to seeing you when you come back to town. We'll definitely try to get out there and catch up with you.
Yeah,
We're going to let
you
you.
guys better make it back. Meet you guys in person.
We're going to let you get back to things. Before we do, is there any shout outs, anybody you want to holler at?
Sure. We'll go with shout out to Sarah, the mother of my child.
Aw.
Used to be a huge help when I'm out of town and whatnot. Of course, Aurora, my kid, my parents that I haven't seen in a long time that still live back home in the
Yeah.
Midwest. All my friends and family, and all my fans that just want to just come up and say hi to me at the Quad City. It's just even if I've never met you, just come up, say hi. Friendly, pretty humble guy.
Awesome.
Just come up, say hi.
Awesome.
Like I said, yeah, just all my sponsors really. Just give a shout out to all of them again. Go with Jam Up, Divinity Q's, Crooked Q's, ABC Concrete, and D-Real Promotions. That's all I can think about right now.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, Blake, again, thanks so much for hanging out with us. You go back and enjoy some time with the little one. Like I said, I know you're a busy man traveling around, and so you enjoy that time you got with her. We look forward to talking to you again and hear about some more success. Good luck in the future, bud. We'll talk to you again, all right?
Bye.
Yep. Thanks, buddy. Have a good one. Oh, there we go. I like talking to Blake. He's another one of those guys you can tell just absolutely loves what he's doing. Oh, you're makes another one of the people that makes me want to go shoot more pool. Oh, goodness gracious. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What was I gonna do? I kind of like his take on the Abe thing. You know what I mean? Because basically, it's something as much as it pains me to say sometimes to people.
It sounds like APA doesn't really have a good what's the word? What's the like system to, like, do they? I wonder if they have, and maybe somebody can help with this. Is there an advanced master, or is it just by number? Like 7
right,
is the top?
yeah, there's skill though, and it's capped too. I feel really
So how do
bad
you
that
get
I
out of
don't.
the 7, I guess.
Yeah, I feel.
is there
Yeah,
an
and Jim said that there were a lot of really high caliber players in the tournament that Abe played in. Brian
Right.
Parks, Dustin. I'm not even saying that because I think he spelled it wrong because it looks like he wrote Dustin Guinea. Maybe he did. I don't know.
I think.
Right, because that's my other question. Jim's putting in here that it's just a game race for the 8-ball, basically, and not right, and because now, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I can't think of a better term for this. Is APA? Is it not just slop?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to take anything away from anybody because I'm not saying
because if you make a ball, you keep shooting.
Right.
So, I remember that.
Right, but you don't have to. You don't. I mean, per their rules, you don't have to really call anything, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, slop.
And again, not taking away from anyone's accomplishments, Abe, or anything like that, because I'm not saying he just went up there with his eyes closed and started knocking balls in. That's not how it went. I'm not saying at all implying that's how the league. I'm looking for clarification on the rules.
Yeah, I believe it is anywhere.
And just for anybody who might be watching and doesn't understand when we say slop, it's basically just you hit a ball, and as long as the ball you're committed to goes in a ball of your suit goes in, I guess you're okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to call your pocket or call.
You do have to mark your 8-ball. That much I know.
Yeah,
that part
probably.
You have. I think because I know that's a big thing.
There's stickers on the patch. Yeah.
Yes, the patch and markers. I've been seeing all those really cool little markers going around. I just
our old Midwest League. It was really. I mean,
I remember. I remember VNEA had that patch thing where you had to do that.
It
So
was almost like silly because, even obvious ones, if you didn't mark it, you'd still lost.
yeah,
Like,
I remember those non-marking days from VNEA, boy.
yeah,
And some of those people, you were like, oh, that dude's gonna lose an organ.
yeah.
Something's
The
coming out of
people
that
that want to win by playing the rules and not the game. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see, Jim's.
Jim's going to be our new APA our guy.
Yeah,
He said he wants to come
and
host
Jim just
He's
backed
gonna-
up in the comments what I was saying, that it does that whole slop thing doesn't come into play when you get up to that level. And I'm not, and again, that's not what I was implying, that the whole league was.
No.
I was just saying in general that is the rules. We know most people, So again,
absolutely not.
not bashing APA, not even because they
nine
put
ball
people, they put people.
too. The whole game of 9 balls.
Well, yeah, 9. Well, right, and that doesn't matter where you play it. That's just how that goes.
Right.
But no, because again, you can't fault a system that's putting thousands and thousands of people at the table every single day.
Right, and you can't blame Abe for going if he's allowed in.
No, well, and it comes back to the argument
I could use a $15,000 refrigerator too.
Absolutely, but it comes back to the whole argument. It's when the game changed, when ball in hand and things like that started coming around. When bar
we
pool,
switched from bar pool.
Yeah, when that started going away, people, the big thing that myself and a lot of people used to say was, you learned a game, now you just have to learn a different game.
There's still people out there, some of the old timers that don't really play league, they're still so resistant.
Oh yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it, because that's where the game came from. But
and they all call it, the way we play ACS rules slop.
Right.
So
because but it's like anything. I mean, and if you step back and don't look just at pool with the instant, if you step back and think, you play everything you do as close to the edge of every rule as you can. That's what you do. You take advantage of.
I think that's human nature, probably.
Well, right, it is, and especially nowadays. I mean, if they let me, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's and
no, I don't blame them.
Yeah,
if I could go
right,
win a $15,000 tournament, I would.
Right. It's it's and like Jim's saying, it's not like it was a cakewalk. It's not like Gabe went in there with his eyes closed and just batted a few balls in and they fell and he won it. It wasn't it, and we're not at all trying to say anything like that. We're just trying to understand the APA, and again, we were just talking to given the opportunity, we all would do it.
Yeah, and Jim, maybe you can answer this. There's not an 8 if 7's the highest. So is Blake right where you pretty much, if you have a job that's not cool, that seems like a very subjective or arbitrary rule of how you are allowed in, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious to. I'd like to see the wording on that. On what
is there a cap on? Is it based by Fargo or wins? I mean, can you? I'm not in any way saying this is how anyone does it, but can you sandbag your way and always stay in as a stay in the APA?
Can you extend it? Right. So that's pretty much now that leads me to another question. I'm thinking over. I'm thinking over all the rules of my ACS rules. Is there a cutoff? Because a Fargo cutoff seems a little new, if you think about it. So
everyone I think just used his Fargo a 755 because a lot of pros are at
because it was something to hold on to and say, hey, look, man.
For instance, Blake is only a 723.
Right. So and Fargo just seems Fargo is still, people understand that Fargo is still relatively new. So
let's talk about Fargo for a second.
Let's talk about Fargo for a second.
I've been hearing a lot of I guess misinformation, and I actually have reached out to Steve from Fargo, and he's going to do an interview with us.
Ooh.
So figure let's go straight to the source.
Nice.
So we're gonna get a date locked down for that. But and I'm guilty of it too. I used to think that it doesn't, because a lot of stat systems don't work for our small town areas. We've beat that dead horse, but
Oh yeah.
it's not the way with Fargo, because you're connected to everyone. You're connected to me, because people that I've played you, and I think we've beat this dead horse, but last
Yeah.
week I think we talked about it and we showed that video maybe.
Well, we tried
or
to show
tried to. But just the connections, and it's an international system, and if we would all just pick a system and use it, the more stats that are in there, the more accurate it could be for
Well,
everybody, and it would just make all of our lives easier, because we wouldn't have to arbitrarily rate people. It's still going to be dependent on the event. If I go up to the carom room, I'm going to be a novice or a beginner, but if I play in a rural, if I throw a women's tournament around here, I could be an advanced, or it just depends on, it is dependent on the event still somewhat, but
I think you should be what you are wherever you go.
yes, compared to the other players,
right?
And still,
and we refer to it. We talk about this a lot, and just so everybody knows, they're not paying us to talk about this. You and I mean, I talk about Fargo because of the experiences I've had with. I've been, and I like you. It's still a new system. It needs more data, and to be more, and it's improving every day. And like you said, it takes that. All of our local tournaments takes that out of it, because it's putting you're not just your Fargo rating, because what was that your quote you were talking about? You don't.
Oh, you are not given a Fargo rate. A Fargo rate is earned.
Right, because you and we've talked about this a couple times, that it you move and fluctuate and stuff like that, because your Fargo is dependent upon your performance amongst all the other people that share that Fargo rating in that area, or not area. I'm saying Fargo area, in the Fargo area.
So it bases the players that if so, for instance, if Cameron and I always play each other, he's starting to get he's starting to pull away from me quite a bit, but when we were pretty even, our Fargos should be similar. And then when we play somebody like, Donnie or Sam or somebody, they would be even with other players like in Peoria, and because they play people in Peoria, there's those stats to show how they play against those people. And so, it connects everybody, even if you're small town, big town. If one person from your local area goes and branches out, now you've all branched out.
Right.
So, for the people that don't want to establish their Fargo or don't believe in it or whatever, because it doesn't work for us, it does work for us. And the more we would all use it, the better it would work, the more accurate it would even be. Right.
And my other one was your Fargo is only as accurate as where you play. I mean, if you never leave home, that's your Fargo is going to reflect that. It's going to show that.
That's not necessarily true, because if people that play around you leave, then
right. Okay. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
Stats in there. If you're a -90 or something, obviously everyone knows that's not accurate, but the reason it's not accurate is because you don't have any stats in there.
Right.
To show it.
Yeah. Long story short, you gotta play them. You just got to go out and play the matches.
Yeah.
As hard as this might sound, you have to go do that thing you tell everybody you love doing. You got to go play some pool, and that's the other thing about that's where the Slatto part comes in. And again, I'm not getting paid to say these things about these people yet. Just kidding. But the Slatto app helps fill that gap in for people like you and I that don't, what I mean? One thing about the smaller areas, we don't have as many opportunities to play in tournaments over the years to establish those Fargo rates. That is the one, negative. But now we have that opportunity with Slatto and. Yeah. Right, because I'm one of the only directors in my immediate area to report to Fargo on a regular basis.
For Slatto, my only matches were in Fargo were from your tournaments, and I think the either Iowa. I think it's Iowa State and MPA. They've started entering theirs because Fargo Rate still thinks I'm from Iowa because they were the first ones to enter me. And then my only other matches were from coming to TNT Friday night tournaments.
I mean, we've set up and established over a few hundred people. So I absolutely, I couldn't agree. I mean, and now that I'm listening to that more, I guess my whole thing about your only is good. Yeah, I guess that does. So, but anyhow, I love it. I think it's a great idea, and I'm liking that more and more tournaments are starting to use Fargo, are starting to find out about it. Jamie, you can get on Fargo. You know what? I'm gonna look you up right now, Jamie, and I'll tell you how. But you can go to Fargo Rate. Just search Fargo Rate. There's without the app you can do it. Let's see if I can find Jamie here.
Yeah, and Reed and Colby from Slatto and Steve from Fargo, they're just very down to earth guys, and they know the struggle, know that they're pool players, and so they understand. And Colby and Reed are from the state of Wyoming, where they're that's pretty rural. So I wish that the MOB hit list that they have going on, I wish that is where you have to set up matches with other players that are in that, and there's not many around us, so that one's difficult to get into. But the Slatto matches have been fun. They're it's a way to kind of make your just playing around in the garage more structured and
that's
make you try a little harder, I guess.
That's the other part that's the part, and I know that and that's the part I like, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the Slatto, because I think I saw this Slatto app. I feel like I saw it a while ago, quite a while back when they first, and I remember kind of seeing it, and I think I may have shared it a while back on the TNT page, a while ago, well before we started talking about it. And that is the one thing I like and didn't like about the Slatto app was the fact that I could go hang out with my buddies and shoot on the table we shoot at, and we could be working on our Fargo like that. And at the same time,
right there. So there's a lot of people that are going to say, well, that's the way to cheat the system. So the thing with that somebody's going to go blow a bunch of matches just to lower their Fargo rate. So the way that they try to stop that is, first of all, there's a lot of different calculations going on, and Fargo rate updates every day at like 6 a.m. So it's checking, everything and comparing things, and it's got a lot of markers in there to like raise red flags. And all of the matches played through Slatto are public on Fargo.
Right.
So Josh Suits, for instance, wants to go lower his Fargo. Total example. Okay.
No, Josh, I had nothing to do with that.
Sorry, Josh. First person I thought of that was good. So I mean, they those matches are public, so anybody can go look and be like, Josh Suits lost this many matches to that person, and it would raise red flags there. So, and also there is a minor fee involved in submitting your races to Fargo, and that is also part of that is to deter people from just going in there and putting 10-0, 10-0, 10-0, 10-0, so it kind of deters that a little bit also.
Well, I'm looking at your Slatto matches, or I'm looking at not just your Slatto matches. I'm on the Fargo app. I'm looking at your public matches. I'm viewing your public matches, and I can see.
Matches.
There's what, man? You're what, 1, 2. Wow, you're getting it.
With like 3 people.
Yeah. No, and there's you played quite a few. You played quite a few people. You got But and seeing that's what else, like you said, that's it, because I could go, and there was a conversation one day somebody was talking about it. We went and they got, and if I remember the story correctly, they showed me this, and somebody said, well, they got, they caught him, and somebody literally their public match, they showed that I don't remember the name, and we won't go into it.
No,
But
if
the
it
public,
showed that
it
I
was this. They
won,
saying the same person that, and every score was exactly the same.
well, and even if it wasn't the same, like, there's a lot of pool players that, maybe look at these things and check that kind of thing and, might turn somebody in or, like I think it would definitely raise red flags and it would deter people from trying to do something like that.
And after talking to Colby and them, we know that they're real diligent about it because it was a big concern of theirs. Definitely, if you have, go back and check out that episode and listen to that. Their explanations of things, their explanations of Fargo and the Slatto.
If you think there's just so many misconceptions out there, and I was guilty of it also. But there's some great Fargo rate videos, YouTube videos, just short, like 5-minute videos. They give overviews. They talk about tide shifts. Because, like, for instance, our area right now is probably going through like a tide shift because there's a lot of new people being entered and a lot of matches being entered. So everybody's kind of fluctuating right now. I was trying to tell Mike Creighton that recently because, his kind of flew up after his match. And it's going to fluctuate a little bit. And that's why I keep saying, like, the more stats they have, the more accurate it will be for everyone.
Right. And that's it. And I think it's going to be a great system when everybody starts getting on board. I honestly am. I think you're right. I mean, just in the searches I do, because I search, as a director, I search Fargo rates a lot when new people come to my tournaments. I search I see a lot of, and I've seen a lot more names popping up so that it's a plus. We're starting to see more tournaments get in submit it, and that's good. And we need more local people to start submitting their tournaments.
Yeah, and yes, we do. And also there's another misconception of there's a lot of people that don't have a Fargo yet, or it's a preliminary. I just finally got robust, by the way.
Yeah. So you just hit 200 and something.
I hit 200 and I broke 400 on Fargo. So, yeah. But there's a misconception that if I never enter any of my matches or I never go to a tournament, then I'll be able to slip into this one tournament because I don't have an established Fargo, and that's great. But as soon as you do get entered, you already play these people, and we're all using Fargo, and so it's still affecting you right now, whether you're in it yet or not.
Because even if you've never been reported, never got a Fargo, and you played against people who have,
as soon as you play somebody that's in Fargo and established, it now connects you to all of those matches.
Right. So that's why those preliminaries are, and it's why the robustness is important. It's why people, and I think once people. I'll have to say I'm glad people are, and this is probably gonna sound weird, but I'm glad people are as apprehensive about it as they are, because then people are taking it seriously enough to know that.
Well, I mean, we all know people take handicap seriously, but
yeah.
It just seems like it comes up so often, and it's such a topic. And I've always said, let's just pick a system and use it. I don't care which one it is. But I honestly have been doing my own research lately, on Fargo rate. And again, we're having Steve on for an interview soon. And I wouldn't back something if I didn't really,
Yeah. No, I think it's a great system. And again, it's going to take the data, and that's what we keep trying to tell people. Come out and play. Don't.
There's millions of players in there now. And just the more stats there are, the more accurate it can be.
There's so many players that don't want a Fargo rate because it's going to mess up their gambling, their hustling. And you know what? Good for you. Do you? You know what I mean? I don't think people need. I don't think there's any need to say that one side of the sport is more important than the other, or we have to make a decision. You either have to be Fargo rate or you don't. I don't think that's
the system that the Carom Room is using right now, where you have to not only have a Fargo, but you have to have at least like 100 games in.
Yeah, a lot of places are starting to be they're going towards that robustness because the robustness is what makes your Fargo rate
more accurate.
Meaning.
For
It gives,
instance, April Larson has 4,000 games.
mhm,
I have 200.
right,
So obviously hers is going to be more accurate than
right.
mine. You
And
know, but
and why wouldn't you want something that is going to give you the the fairest game you can get? Why? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all for. I'm not saying that everything should be handicapped forever. I'm not saying that. I think. I mean, I still think there's great, great pool to be seen unhandicapped. Heads up. I mean, that's always going to be the thing. Always going to be a thing. Even if the two people shouldn't be playing heads up, it's always going to, But
and a lot of state tournaments are entering theirs in now too. So
right,
you're going to get entered one way or another, and
it
you might as well,
you might as well adapt to the game and play it just like you've been
yeah.
doing. This is just another ball in hand. That's what Fargo is. I mean, if you want, and I'm not, and again, not trivializing
I think
Fargo
we're
because,
probably beginning the dead horse again.
but right, yeah, but I'm just saying it's this is just another part of the game that you just that's happening. You're just gonna have to deal with it. If you don't
Yeah,
want to, fine. Keep scoring $20 a
yeah,
rack off a guy in the bowling alley. Do your thing.
yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, man. It made the sport. It's what that the sport was built off. It'd be like it's that. I'm just saying, if you want to play tournaments and you want to play good tournaments and you want it to be fair, start going to ones that report to Fargo.
And I just don't. The one thing I don't understand is why you wouldn't like. I was excited when I broke 400, and it's official. Like it's robust. It's not preliminary.
It's real,
It's
man.
robust. Yeah, I'm an established player now. So and now like I just want to get higher. I don't understand why everyone doesn't want to just do that. Like if I was up where Abe is, I would want to get higher than 755, or whoever,
Right.
It's just, I don't
Right.
understand.
If you're not trying to better yourself, I mean, I don't know. Teresa, get that 400, get that Slatto app, and start hanging out with your friends and start playing some pool. Find your game, Slatto.app. Jim
Did we
Goldring,
get
thank
an
you so much.
answer from Jim on the APA thing?
What's that?
Did we get an answer from Jim on
He
the 8 or?
he didn't. He says there's no Fargo cap or anything like that. He did say that he did no Fargo cap. He doesn't specifically mention whether he doesn't say whether
I
there's
just meant in
a
general,
skill
yeah.
level cap, right? I do believe there is. I think you're right.
So it doesn't matter. You can just play as long as you want to play
Yeah,
in
well,
the APA.
he does say right. If you don't play pool for a living, you're not a pro. So I don't. I guess I want to. I guess my
Fine for a living.
right.
Yeah.
That I want. I guess I'm gonna have to get my hands on an APA book and look at it and look into it more. I've read through it briefly.
Yeah,
To
you're
familiar.
not labeled a pro anywhere because it's amateur pool league. So as long as you're not labeled a pro.
Right. So okay, Jim. Yeah, Jim's still there. So Jim, they're in the skill levels. You can be like the 6-7 or whatever. Is there a cap for those skill levels in APA? And if so, what are they? That's what we're trying to figure out.
What do you mean? Because there has to be some sort of cap from a 6.
He says correct. So
7.
I think it is 7. I think it's 7 in 8 ball, right? And 8 or 9 and 9.
Oh yeah. 7 is the cap. I think he commented.
Yeah. Yes, Teresa. We're talking like, what's the highest skill level you can achieve in APA in 8 ball and in 9 ball? And is there a cap? Obviously, I'm pretty sure there is. I don't think I've ever seen anybody say I'm a 125 in APA.
7 and 9 for 9 ball.
And Jim says it's 7 in 8 ball. 7 is a cap in 8 ball. Okay.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna learn more at 9 and 9 ball. So yes. There we go. And 9 has to make. Oh, okay. I see that. Okay. In 9 ball, he's saying a 9 has to make so many balls, and that's a ball count. And if you're rating in APA, you have to hit a certain ball count. That kind of makes sense.
Okay.
That kind of makes sense.
I played in a tournament ball count for 9 ball.
Yeah.
I didn't like it because you had to sit there and like tally every time your opponent made a ball on you.
That was my other thing. The first time I saw an APA score sheet, I was like, it frightened me. I thought, do I got to sing "Take Me Out to the Ballpark" at some point?
Yeah.
Again, I'm not bashing APA. hats off to them. Getting people to the table every week and every day and doing their thing. It can be, Jim, and just watching you explain it to us in our chat box is confusing me more. And appreciate you very much for doing so, Jim. You've been a great help. Jamie, I looked you up. Jamie Parker. I looked you up on Fargo. I got 2 results. One said from California, and another one from.
Sometimes they actually say to only enter like 3 letters of the first and last name sometimes, because if whoever entered you like spelled your name wrong or something, then you could be listed under somebody else.
And we did find out with Teresa. She got entered wrong.
Cameron's name was entered wrong. I'm still from Iowa.
Well, I found this much. Like you said, Fargo, the guys at Fargo and Slatto, very personal, very, very nice guys. Mike has always been. I've always talked to Mike at Fargo when I was first starting with TNT Report and stuff, and because I was having a lot of problems because as weird as it may sound, people would pre-register for my tournaments and I would enter them into it, the computer, and for some reason they wouldn't be able to spell their own name right. Or something. So I would message them and so. Jim's gonna go into nationals next week. Yeah, we've been talking about that, Jim. That's right. You're gonna.
He's going to ACS nationals.
Yeah, he's going to the ACS nationals next week. He's gonna grab up your plaque for you.
Yeah.
I didn't. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna show it next week because he's going. She sent me that. She told me nobody else seen that yet.
It actually hasn't even been. The ACS hasn't announced it yet either.
I have it. So. Oh, let me see if I hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. We'll do it next week. I have it. ACS sent me. I have it. She sent it to me. She did send it to me, and I told her we were gonna do it this week. That was the other thing when you asked me that I couldn't remember what it was. We'll do that next week while they're doing the thing. Maybe we can.
Okay, so I think ACS National starts on the 15th, maybe. Is that
15th?
So maybe we might have Jim live from Vegas next Wednesday.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk to him. We're gonna stay in touch with Jim and talk to Jim.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jamie, I think I said that I looked you up and I found a couple entries. I'm not sure if they were you. Excuse me. So search your name there. Man, we just been going on.
Yeah.
Let's real quick. We're gonna do the league scoreboard. But we got some of Kaylee, so we'll do that part next week. Let's look at. We don't have there's a ton of stuff going on this weekend. This one.
My CompuSport app was just updating. I wanted to state too. So it's finally taking back stats, because as soon as we started using Fargo, I entered in, or not Fargo.
CompuSport, yeah.
CompuSport. So this last Monday, I had about 10 phone calls because the app updated. So yes, they are accurate. If you have a discrepancy, or if you don't think it's right, talk to me and we can look back and see what exactly it is. Yeah, because a lot of people moved. So
yeah, I did see some chatter from a couple different operators that use CompuSport saying they were having some problems, and Teresa, I don't think that was what Jamie was asking. So, what was I gonna? This
Saturday, Godly that Scotch Triples is full.
Yep,
I just talked to Michelle today. She said that there is a waiting list too.
So you can still probably, if you want to find out more about the waiting list, you can get a hold of Jeff Jones. His phone number's right there, 815-210.
John.
It says Jeff on the flyer.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I didn't make the flyer. It just says that. Well, call this number and just ask for Mr. or Mrs. Jones. 815-210-2881. That's 8-ball Scotch Triples, May 18th at Godly. We'll be back in Lanark, Dave's place, on the 14th for some 8-ball. Bars matching again, 200% payout. Nice pot. 21st in Freeport at Benchwarmers. The 20th annual Alcorn Memorial 8-ball tournament is going to be going on. Last I heard, he was real close to filling that up. I think he only takes 64, and I just heard a couple days ago he was somewhere around 59 or 60. So,
did you see? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Nope, go ahead. Finish.
If you want to find out if you can get on the list or a waiting list or anything like that, get a hold of Mike Brubaker, 815-541-9160. Tell him TNT sent you. I will be out there a little later in the day trying to bring some streaming from there. We'll bring some action from the Elkhorn. And then you saw this one, there's a junior tournament, and we'll talk more about this a little later. It's a Juniors for Larry Gale tournament in June in Orange Park, Florida, and we'll talk a little more about that.
If you're looking for weekly tournaments, Eric Naretto just made, he compiled a bunch of, like, all of Illinois, I think, and Iowa, maybe.
Good chunk.
A good chunk, yeah, of weekly tournaments.
Yeah.
So if you want to find that, I think it's on the Illinois Pool Tournament page. Eric Naretto. It was a really good post. So if you know of more, I'm sure you can get a hold of him and let him know.
Yeah, comment on that original post, and he will. He did just update. He went through and updated. He put that list up a couple of years ago, a year or two ago. Yeah, and he's been maintaining it real well in that group. I'm pretty sure it's Illinois.
I'll have to share it again.
Yeah, we'll go over that. And that's something else I want to start doing too. Is I want to start sharing some of these. Giving out links to some more of these really cool pool groups. So if you know of a really cool pool group in your area sharing pool information, share it with us so we can tell everybody about it and help build your community. Don't forget, check out TNT Off the Rails Show. There it is. It's over there somewhere. Yeah, Off the Rails Show. It's around there. TNT Off the Rails Show. Use hashtag TNT Off the Rail to share your stuff instantly with us. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. I'm gonna pay one more bill real quick, and then we're gonna summarize things and get up out of here. So hang tight real quick. Pizza Ranch, come visit us, 3900 East Lincoln Way in Sterling, Illinois. Our fresh salad bar, single topping and signature pizzas, country's best chicken, sides, desserts, and more, all available on the buffet from 11 to 8. And the Fun Zone, carry out and delivery until 9 p.m. Go to pizzaranch.com to find more about our buffet, carry out, and delivery hours, along with our carry out and delivery menu, and get your order started online. We look forward to serving you. Pizza Ranch, 3900 East Lincoln Way, Sterling, Illinois, 815-716-8599. Kids eat free on Tuesdays. Free food for your kids. Go get some. Oh, man. Sorry. I got excited. What are you doing? You doing anything this weekend? You doing any tournaments?
I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure.
Have you come to a Dave's Place one? I can't remember.
I have not.
You should. You should. It's a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun.
I'm not sure if my son has a birthday party to go to, so I'm not sure if I have to take him or not. So.
You and I need to start seeing if we can figure out to pop into some tournaments together. And
sure.
Yeah, we need to do something like that. If you want Kaylee and I to come hang out at your place, maybe do a show or something like that, hit us up, TNT Off the Rails Show. Give us a call, 833-TNT Pool. All kinds of fun ways to get a hold of us. I think we've babbled these poor people's ears off. We're gonna get out of here. Again, big thanks to Blake Baker for taking time out to talk with us. Busy man. Check him out on Facebook. Find out all the cool things he's doing. You can find out about getting together with him and getting some lessons booked when he's back at his place at Legacy Billiards.
I'm excited that he lives in Spokane.
Yeah,
I have a new contact out there.
I'm going to be looking forward to that Slatto match when you go. If he's in town when you go out there, you challenge him up. Do that thing. Don't forget to check out TNT on Facebook. Search TNT Tournaments, capital IL, all one big word, or all one word on Facebook. Search us. You can find it. We're all over the place. We're going to get out of here. Don't forget, every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, right here on the TNT YouTube and Facebook channel. TNT's Off the Rail, highlighting the people and places that grow and promote our beautiful sport. Remember, if you're doing something awesome or just doing something for the sport, let us know so we can tell people all about it. Anything else, Kaylee?
Nope, I don't think so.
Slatto.app, find your game. Go check it out now. Build your robustness and your Fargo rate. Make friends. Hang out, play pool. Make counts for something, man. Not only work on your Fargo rate, they got a bunch of really good prizes.
Yeah. I was in 10th up until a couple days ago on the national leaderboard.
I saw that you were.
So you can win, and you can win prizes. They do. They have a wheel, which we don't have yet.
I know. I do, but then we never. Yeah, Teresa, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I wanted to talk to you more. Maybe I'll get to see you next weekend. Maybe you'll come or something. I think you told me you couldn't. I don't know. don't forget, we'll be at Dave's place this weekend. Come hang out with us. Come say hi. I'm coming back. I'm gonna be. I wanted to throw this out there before I forgot. I have not been streaming tournaments and stuff as much as I'd like to lately. For numerous reasons. Some of it, in case I haven't noticed, it's gotten really expensive to go outside. It just getting really expensive to go outdoors. But I am going to start doing some more streaming, so be on the lookout for that. I've got some really cool ideas and plans coming up. Again, like I said, I will be doing some stuff out at Alcorn in a couple weeks, and hopefully.
If you want to challenge anyone, I'm sure you're
Yes.
taking fight nights.
Yes, I am definitely. I definitely want to do some fight nights. So if you want to do a Slatto match or just a regular fight night, get a hold of me and we will definitely work something out. We definitely work something out there. I've got a lot of really cool plans for people. I've got plans for you where you could come on a stream, and if you did it right, you could probably make some money.
Ooh.
It's like those.
Money in full?
There could be. It's like going to the doctor or the secret menu items. You just have to know what questions to ask to get. So
Yeah.
anyhow, all right, Kaylee, we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
Next week, plan is I'm gonna be sitting there. We're doing it. That's the plan. We'll see if it
Yeah.
happens or not. We'll see. We'll try
Yeah.
real hard. This has been TNT's Off the Rail. I've been Bud. That's been Kaylee. Kaylee, say bye.
Bye.
Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. Share your stories. # TNT Off the Rail. We want to share your story. Show everybody how awesome you are. Bye-bye. Have a great week.